Framework comparison gets noisy fast. Someone asks, should we use LangGraph, CrewAI, or AutoGen? Then the conversation turns into favorites, demos, and logos. The better question is, what shape does the work have? A framework is not the architecture. It is a way to express the architecture. So this lesson uses a decision matrix, not because the numbers are universal, but because the habit is useful. Score the project needs first, then choose the framework. The matrix uses 5 dimensions: explicit control flow, role modeling, agent conversation, state, and resume. Operational control. A stateful workflow should weight control flow and state heavily. A team simulation should weight roles heavily. A research experiment based on agent conversation should weight conversation heavily. This turns a vague comparison into a concrete discussion. You can disagree with a score, but now you are disagreeing about a project need, not a brand preference. LangGraph is strongest when the workflow needs explicit control. Nodes, edges, state, conditional routing, checkpointing, branch joins, and resume behavior are the point. If the hardest part of your system is knowing what step comes next, what state changed, and where to resume after failure, LangGraph deserves a serious look. The trade-off is that you are choosing a workflow model. That is powerful when the workflow matters. It can feel heavy when all you needed was 2 typed function calls. CrewAI fits naturally when your mental model is role-oriented delegation. Researcher, analyst, writer, reviewer. The shape is a team with jobs. AutoGen fits naturally when the experiment centers on agent conversation. Multiple agents exchange turns, critique, respond, and collaborate through messages. These are not endorsements or insults. They are control models. If you choose the framework whose control model matches the work, the code tends to feel simpler. The overlooked option is no framework. Type functions, tool wrappers, queues, and a small state table can solve many workflows. This is not anti-framework. It is cost awareness. A framework buys structure, ecosystem, and patterns. It also adds runtime assumptions, version churn, debugging surfaces, and migration cost. Choose a framework when it removes more complexity than it introduces. The fastest way to choose badly is to prototype only the happy path. Every framework can make a small demo look good. Prototype the failure instead. What happens when one branch fails? Can you replay from state? Can you see which agent made the bad decision? Can you test the workflow without calling a model every time? Can your team deploy and observe it with the tools they already use? Those questions reveal fit quickly. A framework that shines in a notebook may be awkward when you need deterministic tests, retrace, and trace review. So compare frameworks by the hardest behavior your project needs, not the easiest screenshot. Use this as the interview answer. I would compare multi-agent frameworks by workflow shape, not popularity. If I need explicit state, routing, checkpointing, and resume, I look at LangGraph. If I need role-oriented task delegation, I look at CrewAI. If I need conversational agent collaboration, I look at AutoGen. Then I prototype the hardest failure mode, not the happiest demo. And if type functions or a queue solve the problem, I do not add a framework yet.